your truth.
And what do you mean by that?
Harmonizing your thoughts, feelings, and actions.
I like that. So your greatest power is in your discovery and understanding of self.
That's right.
Finding Happy podcast will help you understand how your thoughts affect your life.
Thoughts become feelings, and our feelings create a halo around us. Finding Happy podcast will help you cultivate favorable outcomes and avoid harboring negative energies.
Wow, I like that. Thoughts become feelings, which then become habits that we practice. Finding Happy podcast will help or give the listener an insight into how what they do is a reflection of their subconscious minds. And it will help you understand how to program your mind to attract what you want consciously.
You deserve to thrive in this life. Find your happy.
Finding Happy podcast.
What I would like to do, my passion with that is, honestly, I really want to empower the Black community first. It's just because I've seen so many throughout the years, similar to what you just said. There are many in the African American community that just work for someone else. But what about creating something for yourself, something that you own? Something that you can say, look, this is mine and I have control over it. So my passion really it's like you said, to be when you're around someone, it rubs off on you. So my passion is to lead by example, not only to lead by example, but to educate those that do not know what's the first step into owning their own business. What is the first step into doing something that I really love to do? And I can wake up every day and say, yeah, I enjoy working, Yes. That's what this is for me, to be able to help someone that is wanting to get into a business, want to express themselves in some way and provide a service, a product. And I want to give them the ability to do so by giving them a presence online to own their own webpage.
Wow. Wonderful. I can see the passion in your eyes when you do it and when you express yourself. What was it like for you starting Rebecca Brand Share? I know you've been in entrepreneurship for a while. Is this your first digital entrepreneurship venture?
Yes, it is. If you're asking me. Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is. And go ahead.
Describe your experience. What was it like to make the decision to begin? I know that you have begun. What is your experience?
Okay. Wow. It's let me begin here. It's so peaceful, and I feel so great when, I don't know how else to explain it, but let me start here.
Yes.
I was searching for something else to do on the digital side, on the online website. And I wanted to be able to have a presence, but I didn't know exactly how to do so. And I looked into different marketing materials and different classes. And then one day I ran upon an old friend, which happens to be Keith the Entrepreneur. And he shared with me UME Digital, along with Coach Raquel. And from that point, their concept was in sync with what I already wanted to do. So it was like a match made from heaven, as some people would say. And when I realized, I'm like, wow, this is what I wanted. This is not the cost that I was looking at from other places, it's not there. And that began the collaboration. That's when Rebecca Brandshare came into existence. And then I said, wow, I can now share what I'm doing. Like, I was looking for something. I can now share with someone who was also looking for the same thing I was looking for, a web presence, to be able to have access to top education from people that have done the digital marketing, have done other entrepreneur ventures. So Coach Raquel, I can go on and on. So stop myself.
No, I don't want to stop you. I want to hear what you have to say. But let me ask you this. I'm currently sharing your website as well on the live so they can see it.
Yes.
For someone who's listening,
yes,
and they're hearing you say, yes, you connected with persons who are in my network as well, and you started this process. From your point of view, what has it been like for you? Like, what's the day-to-day? What are the things you're learning, you're having to learn? Or how are you seeing what you've learned being, how are you applying what you've learned as you're doing the program now? How do you think your life has prepared you for this moment? Because what I do know about entrepreneurship is, because I'm a serial entrepreneur, I've had 8 businesses, 4 that were officially registered, well, 5 now, that has been officially registered, and had to run and operate and make sure that you have your T's crossed and your I's dotted and stuff like that, right? So I've been doing it for a while. So I understand that, well, I'm not sure if I understand for someone who's just doing it now, what they go through, but as I listen to persons, because I work with people, like sometimes the feedback I hear is that there's this unsurmountable mountain in front of them that they have absolutely no idea, how do I cross this mountain? How do I get on this path and progress on this path? And I mostly hear this sadly in the Black community. And I understand why. I hear it in the Black community, because we've been so cultured and not created, but cultured and conditioned and told, grow up. When I was younger and I was going through college, but I went through college not because I wanted to go to learn a skill or to become anything or find purpose or anything like that. I went to college because I wanted a job.
Okay.
That's it. I wanted a job. And when I shared this with persons close to me, they're like, no, I don't believe it. But the truth is, I wanted to get a job that I would be able to rent a little room. Yes. I wanted them to have an inside bathroom with a tub in the little room.
Okay.
And I wanted to be able to buy cornflakes, frankfurters, and eggs. That was it. That was it. That was what I went there for, because I wasn't able. I remember I was saying a lot of the times I spent with my sister, and she would give her children that, and I couldn't have it. And I would just yearn for it. I just wanted to know, what does it taste like? What is it like to get up and just do it? I remember when I started working for the first time for about a year, all I ate was ice cream.
Wow.
Wow. I got a room rented. I didn't care about setting it up. I had nothing. It was ice cream. I had a sofa. I had a TV. I would get a tub of ice cream. And I remember my landlord, he said I remember he came in one day and he's like, he was so worried for me. He was just like, and I was so skinny. I hated what I looked like. And I remember he was like, I'm worried for you. Like, I'm seeing all these tubs for ice cream in the thing. And I have my daughter. Yeah. And he's like, my daughter is in America and I'm not there. And I remember him getting close to tears. Like, he hoped someone is taking care of his daughter. And so he would start cooking for me and leave it at the door. I never ate it, but he would leave it there anyway, and so, because as far as I was concerned, it was that basic need that had me, it was, it's hard to shed that pain. And so it would take a lot more pain, and I was really excelling, because I'm always an A student, because again, I knew I couldn't fail at anything, because I wanted what I wanted, and someday I was thinking I was going to buy some furniture, like a bed, not a lot of furniture either, a bed and a dresser, and that was going to be it for me. That was all I was thinking. And I wasn't sad or anything, because I was always thinking I was exactly where I belonged, and I had what I was deserving of, because, you know, what other persons had was because that's what they were deserving of, and that's what they had access to. So as I grew older and I was really overperforming, I realized also that the challenge came with that too, where you're supposed to do your job, but there's somebody who's going to be unhappy with you doing your job. So it was a lot of clashing thoughts, ideas, and experiences for me. So I don't know what your experience has been like. About 15 years later now, it started for me in 2009 when I started thinking differently. I was just like, nah, this. And it was really because I was in environments where I don't handle suppression well. I don't handle oppression well. I think if I was one of those slaves, they'd have killed me real quick. Oh my God. I don't handle oppression well. So when I feel like you're starting to do that, I'm going to be like, oh, so you think I can't do that? Okay, I'm going to build something. You know, so I started running my own business, because I would always leave a job after a year or so. I don't know what it was at the time. And so every time it come to like the 6 months, my body and my mind was aware of it. And I remember thinking, okay, you have to commit to something. So how about starting your own business and see if you can commit to that? Entrepreneurship is my longest lasting relationship. Right. So share with our listeners and viewers on social media and on our website, what has it been like for you? How was it for you to make? Was it a quick decision, easy decision to make? And since making that decision, from your own experience and what you're going through, how has that been for you?
From the beginning, it was not an easy decision. I can say that. Let me think back when I first decided I wanted to work for myself. The first thing you have to think about is, what do you want to do? And in the process of thinking about that, sometimes you just have all of these ideas just coming at you. So in my case, I decided to pick one, and you try it. I had some that were registered. I had about 3 businesses that were registered. You know, but then you try it. I want to move on to something else. In the process of you trying though, you're learning. That's adding to your resume. Entrepreneur resume is what I call it. Adding to your business. It's not easy. Sometimes you feel like it's a lonely walk sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
And you have to have the mind to keep motivated every day in order to reach that goal that you want. There's so many ways of doing that. What I can say for me is, I would say not afraid of the word failure, because people they say, well, you're not going to be good at that. And then they're like, I'm just going to fail at that. Just say I'm going to try, and whatever the outcome is, I'm going to receive it. I'm going to receive it as my path and experience that I had to go through. Let me see. So many things. I don't know what to really pinpoint on. But I will say that there were disappointment. There were heartbreaks. Just in life in general. And I feel like that's who I am today. The motivation that I have is because of that push from all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the disappointment. That tells me, you know, I still have more to live. I made it through all those hardships. So you know, I can make it through.
Yes, you can.
And
absolutely can.
You know, I'm just grateful right now to see a website that represents me from even the colors that I love. You know, so I can look at the website. That's me. That represents me.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to share with others, so that if they don't have a direction of where they want to go, I can at least say, look, this is where I was. I know where you were. I know where you are. And I can help you to fine tune what that could be for you. And we can just work together and start to help them achieve their goals.
Yes, I think, and you're so right. And as a coach, one of my traits is impatience. And before, I didn't quite understand why I was so impatient.
Okay.
But I understand now why I'm impatient, because a coach is, to be an effective coach, you have to be, because you are helping people obliterate obstacles, especially personal obstacles, to get to where you want to go. So you have prioritized the brand over them. There was a time when I didn't get that. I understand now. And so I'm okay, you know, because I know that I'm not hurting someone intentionally. But in the end, if they go through to the end, they'll see it. Mm-hmm. In Jeremiah 29:11, by no means is this program religious or anything, but the Bible is something that matters to me, a spiritual person. He said, for I know the plans I have for you. And that Bible verse has different meaning for me than when I was younger. Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't quite understand it. And I really think that this has happened to a lot of persons in the Black community, where we don't understand sometimes what those Bible verses are. Because when I read the Bible now, it's with a different lens. You know, I see God as a businessman. I see him as a strategist. I see the Bible as experiences he's sharing with us, let's know, so that we can face our world with familiarity in mind. You know, it's happened before. These are some things that has been done before, and these are some of the that we handled before. A lot of these great books about empowerment and winning and growth they're based on their foundations are from Bible, the principles and the lessons. And one of the things I learned about that verse is what he was really saying is there are going to be tough times.
Yes.
It's not going to be easy. As long as you are in the body and mind of a human, life will not be easy, period. Not because you're an entrepreneur at all. It just won't be. But what he's saying, I believe, is if you just get up every single day and you decide to, and even when your decision is to, today, I just can't do today, he still has a promise for you. Yeah. He still has a plan for you. He still has a future for you. But at some point in time, it's going to require that you fail in hard. And I like that I identify that word, because when I see the word FAILUER, what I see is LARNING. I change up my dates, I change everything, because you see, the world, what I learned as a coach is we build our world based on who we are. So the leaders who built, or for fathers or for parents, they built the world based on who they were.
Yeah.
Right? So it is critical for us to identify who we are and not just carry on what we've done, but to pick up from where they left off to leave your own mark. Because otherwise you're just living in the past. You're just repeating old information in a whole new time where it may not be applicable in its form. So you sometimes have to repurpose what they've done. You may have to direct what they've done, but carry it forward the same way as they did is madness. Not them. And I think that's why sometimes persons feel like we're trying so hard, but it's not happening, because it's the re-engineering of the mindset.
Yeah.
It's the re-engineering, it's the thinking different. You know? And so again, like my whole impatience thing, what I've learned is sometimes they are just not there.
Yes.
And one of the challenges I have is balancing between letting them stay there until they're ready or drag them anyway. And sometimes I'm quite sure what it is, you know? So that's one of the reasons I implement fees in my program, because sometimes I just want to go work with some people. But when you pay a fee, it's your commitment. It tells me that you're going to show up. It tells me that you're in it because you're sacrificing what's of value to you. You know, so then I can come at you without reservation, and I can make your goals mine, right?
Awesome.
So I do understand what you're talking about. What do you share with persons? Because I've had some persons. I remember one young lady said to me, she sent an email and told me not to give up on her, and it's something that has been in the back of my mind for a while.
Okay.
Because I can't compromise who I am. I can't fight you for you, you know. Right. And sometimes I'm thankful for Keith, because sometimes he will say, you know, sometimes persons are just not yet there, you know, and it's okay, because I'm not required to change, and neither is that person, because we're all where we are for a reason, for a purpose. So we shouldn't compromise our purpose. But one of the challenges I've had is I want to empower you. How do I reach you where you are? Have you been able to reach our community? Because that's the only space I have the issue. And I know it's because of that history that we keep carrying forward. Our people are taught, go to school, get a job.
Right.
We never stop to think, who created that job? What do they go through to create that job? Based on what they have to go through to get that job, how will that impact me? How will that translate to me? How will that translate in how they're to treat me? How they're going to relate to me? See, we don't think about those things. We just say, I'm going to get a job. A job from who? From where? Who's this person? What's their vision? What's their purpose? What's their mission? Where will they take you?
Exactly.
You know, we did a research, and somebody said, my job doesn't pay me enough to pay my bills.
Yeah.
What do you say to somebody like that? The job hire you for a service, right? That's what I'm thinking. I hire you with a clear outline. I need these services. I don't care what you do with money. You could put the money in the toilet when I pay you.
Right.
How do you connect with our community in order to effect that change you see?
What I found is that I have to figure out where that person is, like each individual, where their mindset is. And for me, I go with, okay, in what area can I connect with this person? So I find that area, that piece that connects me, that can be being a mother, that can be raising children without the support of the father. That can be business, whatever it is. I find that piece, I find that connection. And then I just normally say to people, listen, if that job lets you go today or tomorrow, what are you going to have? You know, is that security for you? Was that what you would want? What can you fall back on? You know, and it helps people to think, like, you know, I wouldn't have anything. So let's create something while you're still doing that 9 to 5 or whatever job you're doing. Let's implement something else on the side, just so you can see that there is another way. There is another way. And this way is something that you can create wealth for yourself and have a legacy for yourself, for your children. So that's what I found to do, is to find a connection of something that I can relate to them. I have to try to figure out what it is and the level that they are. You know, everybody's different. Yes. And that's what I found helps me anyway. So
she is the marketing professional. She is relationship specialist, because people who do digital marketing sales, that's really what they are, relationship specialists.
Yes. And I guess for me also, I have the passion of I have the teaching skill as well, which like in your case, you're saying you really don't have the patience because that's the coach in you. I have lots of patience when it comes to teaching, especially when it comes to, I don't know, I get so excited when I have to like let somebody know, look, this is what I've learned. This is what you can do. I'm like, my children are always telling me, Mom, every moment with you is a teaching moment. I don't talk to them. They say it's a teaching moment. Mom, you can't talk without teaching us something. It could be very little from, I mean, why do we have plastic bags? I could give you a story in an educational subject from that. You know what I mean? Why do you drive this way? Let me tell you why people, and I go into the psychology of it. I guess it's from the education piece, but that's also who I am. So it's anything from spiritual, about the Lord, about business, I'm always teaching. And friends have always told me, you have so much wisdom, you know, Rebecca, you know, you're always, you have so much encouraging words. And then now I realize that's my purpose. That's my passion. And the brand share ties right into that. Because I'm educating someone that doesn't know about how to start a business, doesn't know how to get their own website. That's the education piece. That's who I am. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. I encourage, I empower by the way of teaching, you know, and it's just wonderful to me right now. I feel I'm really in a happy place. I'm in a happy moment. Nice. I'm really just grateful for life, grateful for this opportunity here, right now, in this moment. So I don't know what else I can say without beginning to cry, but I'm so grateful. I'm very happy to where I feel like God has brought me from. And to this point in this business now, and I'm just looking for greater, expecting the greater. I can say that, you know, it's funny, as much as you can be around people and grow up in a decent family setting, which I feel like I did, there's still also a piece that makes you feel like they're not there. So I have the experience of feeling like, okay, people are there, but not there. I don't feel the support that I wanted to feel. Do you understand what I mean? So from that, I can relate to a person that says, they gave up on me. So I would say to that person, what I had to do is, I was the type, I was a go-getter anyway. So I went ahead and sought after. I just said, there's somebody out here that I can mentor from, learn from. And that was just how I felt. And I would just say to that young lady, or that person, young man, whoever, look for a person that you feel that has that everything that you're aiming for. Look for that person and join in, and somehow, get their number. If they speak at meetings, go to that meeting. And in my case, because I do have this brand share and I know what that feels like, come to me, check out my website, call my number. My number is on there, 302-709-1451. Call that number, schedule to talk to me. I've been there. I know what that's like. I can help you get through those hard times. And I'll be that support system, because I know what it's like not feeling that support, not feeling that, that what you want to feel from people that's close to you, especially family. You want to be able to, sometimes you just don't feel it. It might be there, but for some reason you're not feeling it.
Just don't feel it.
In some cases, there are family members that have told people you just can't do it. So
yes, that's true.
I say, link up with the people that are saying, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can do it. And again, my website is I'm one of those people, and you feel free to call me and set up a time and we can talk about it. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is we just can't help everybody. I mean, it's just, I've come to it breaks my heart, and if I go into it, and it's especially in the Black community, but that's any community really. Everyone does not want to be an entrepreneur. Everyone does not see the value of owning a business. They do not see the value of working for themselves. And they just look at money as they look at it as it's just something I need to earn and work for. It's not like, okay, I can use this money to invest in this to make myself better, because I'm investing in myself when I put this amount of money up for a business. You're investing in yourself. Do you always see the return right away? No, any business person will tell you that. No, it does not come right away. It will come, but not right away all the time. You have to continue to work on it. It's going to come soon. That's the best way I could say, soon. But it may not be when you think. And some people are scared of that, and they don't want to take that chance. So I've learned you can only work with the people that really want to be worked with, that really are committed to working on themselves. I could go right now and talk to a young lady and say, listen, you don't really have to just work at that supermarket. It's okay to work, but what about trying something else in the meantime? I can help you and give you, I can call workshops. I can call you on the phone. But if you really don't have the drive and you really just don't see it for yourself, we can do what we can do. We just put it out there. You as a coach, you put it out there, you do what you can do. And then after that, I believe that what you were saying, that before you said it's like a lazy piece. I just want to go to work, just want to show up and make I
don't want to have to worry about anything.
So and it goes back to what you also said, that enslaved mentality from years that's just been passed down. Okay, go to school, get an education, get a job.
And I don't even think it was passed on. I think we picked it up.
I just feel that especially in this time, which is a really sad time with the rioting, and it breaks my heart. I often talk about it, and but we're doing what we think we should do, and as a people, I commend that, and I am for the protesting as far as but at the end of the day, I would encourage everyone to really look into trying to do your utmost
responsibility.
Utmost best to find out who you are and create a brand for yourself. It's so much more meaningful. Your life you will feel so much more enriched. Even if you're not at a place where like you don't see your goals immediately come into pass, just to get up every day and know that you're doing something you love, and it represents you. If it's you, it represents you. And it's just a good thing. So I would just encourage everyone. I'm available to speak with you. Anyone that's really looking for some ideas on how to get into business. Go to my website. I have my phone numbers on my website. Email me, let me know what your thoughts are, where you are, and we could just talk about it. I'm here to help because I understand what that feels like. Want to do something different, want to start something on your own, don't know where to go, don't know where to start, and people that's just tired of really just working for working for people. I understand that too. So please go to my website, RebeccaBrandshare.com, get in touch with me, and let's talk, and let's get you where you want to be.
Awesome.
Own your truth.
And what do you mean by that?
Harmonizing your thoughts, feelings, and actions.
I like that. So your greatest power is in your discovery and understanding of self.
That's right.
Finding Happy podcast will help you understand how your thoughts affect your life.
Thoughts become feelings, and our feelings create a halo around us. Finding Happy podcast will help you cultivate favorable outcomes and avoid harboring negative energies.
Wow, I like that. Thoughts become feelings, which then become habits that we practice. Finding Happy podcast will help or give the listener an insight into how what they do is a reflection of their subconscious minds. And it will help you understand how to program your mind to attract what you want consciously.
You deserve to thrive in this life. Find your happy.
Finding Happy podcast.